So welcome everybody back to the channel. Well, hey, I wanted to come on here for just a minute and talk to you guys. To let you know, if you guys have not seen, we actually uploaded a video about, many very different variations of Shockwave. For instance, we have some that are wow, some that are weird, some, what were they smoking? No, actually, to be honest, I love the Shockwave. He's one of my favorites. And yes, he is about the only unofficial one that we have in there because Hasbro hasn't up to this point made a Hearts of Steel version of Shockwave, but the fact that the dude is a Civil War battleship, that is so awesome, and I totally dig it. And I mean, because really, what other Shockwave has done that? The most of the time, he's what, like some sort of laser weapon or H-tank, basically. So I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know it's about an hour long, roughly about 58 minutes. And yeah, hey, I get it. You know, maybe you don't have an hour to kill. So maybe if you want to, just watch it in smaller sections if that swings it for you. I honestly, I get it. Everybody's busy. And basically the reason it's so long is, you know, not only would it take that long to go through that many different shockwaves like we do, but the fact is I kind of felt like maybe I had to make up for lost time in spades. So there you have it. Matter of fact, I'm already working on my next video, that actually being this boy right here. And the reason that I'm going to be taking a look at that is not only did one of you guys mention that Scorponok in your comments during the last video I did similar to this one, but recently I also got a guy here by the name of Crimson Flame, which is the, I guess, well, obviously the Year of the Dragon figure. And I was like, well, what other kind of interesting figures do I actually have in my collection? So if you will excuse me while I scoot these guys out of the way here, we can actually see that right here is the Year of the Snake Optimus. Now, I haven't combined with just your standard Wing Saber from that series. Also over here we have the Year of the Snake Omega Supreme. He may be a little hard to see depending on where the camera's sitting at. My thought was, why don't we go ahead and start off with the BotCon Scorponok, and then we'll actually look at these two boys, because basically the thing that I mentioned in Shockwave's video is that Energon, the series, the cartoon series and all that stuff had its problems, but it actually produced some pretty interesting and decent molds. Now, I'm not saying that Optimus is a decent mold. We know he's got a plethora of problems. But like Scorponok and the remold that they did on this Omega Supreme, it's actually pretty decent, to be honest. And so again, everybody, the reason that I came on here was, again, just to let you know about Shockwave and his video that's now up. Also to let you guys know what's coming down the pipeline. Depending on what gets released between now and the time I make all these videos, they may not just be 1, 2, 3 right in succession. There may be a video or two in between them. But I do plan on going ahead and making those videos. And I don't know if we'll do a review over Crimson Flame, because when you look at some of the detailing, it's really kind of awesome what they did, considering that they took a movie figure and turned it into this. And the fact is, when you look at it, that's not the movie aesthetic any longer. And so I was like, well, that's kind of interesting, because his beast mode is that of a Chinese dragon, but his robot mode is that of a Japanese samurai. And I'm like, those are from two unique, distinct cultures. And the fact that they merged them together in one figure that was already something else to begin with, a European dragon, which is really a credit to the guys at Hashtag that they could take something like that. And I don't mean this in the cheesy way it's going to come across, but the fact that they were able to take this and transform it into something else entirely is pretty impressive. So again, guys, this was just to let you know that, hey, we're back in the saddle making YouTube videos. I appreciate you guys being patient with me while I was on my YouTube sabbatical, if you want to call it that. And while I've got you here, I'll show you one more figure before I let you go, and that is actually Megatron. And so what I did was, I don't really care for the additional weapons from his tank mode. Like in robot mode, I don't really like how they just kind of hang down really visible one way or the other. And so I thought, well, what if I go ahead and just put the fusion cannon that he does come with on his back, where it has the clip, thereby kind of evoking his Generation 1 figure. And then, because on my War for Cybertron Megatron, I have a third-party cannon attached to this guy, I went ahead and I was like, well, how does it look on this Megatron? And so I put it on there, you know, just standard. And I'm like, it doesn't fit his vibe. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And then whenever I flip the cannon around, I'm like, oh man, this is so much more like G1 Megatron, especially using the cannon he comes with as more like the gun pipe that the old boy came with. So whenever I do like my top 10 interesting pickups of the year, as cool as Megatron is, I don't think he's going to be on there because Optimus is, in my opinion, a little bit superior. Again, Optimus does have some very stiff competition himself. So guys, in the comments down below, if you have any interesting pickups that you've gotten up to this point in the year, let me know, because we've had some pretty interesting boys come out, to be honest. With that being said, guys, I'll go ahead and let you go. And until next time, we'll see you in another review.